Let's take a look at how to choose pots and pans for your induction cooktop. And this is very important because an induction cooktop doesn't work like a typical cooktop, and this doesn't work with all pots and pans. So a traditional cooktop uses fire or an electric heating element to actually put heat directly onto the pan, versus an induction cooktop actually uses a magnetic field to induce a current in the pan, and that creates the heat. Now, in order to do that, the pan has to be made out of something called a ferrous metal. So basically a metal that contains some iron. And that means that if you have an aluminum cook pan, like this one, like a frying pan here, copper, other materials that are non-ferrous, that don't have any iron in them, it's not going to work. So this would work great on a traditional cooktop. Aluminum is a great material for this, especially with this nonstick coating, but it is not going to work at all on an induction cooktop. Now contrast that if we take, for example, a cast iron, or in my case here, I've got an enameled cast iron, kind of like a La Creuset or a Lodge style pot. This has plenty of that ferrous metal. And so when I go to heat this up on my induction cooktop, it's gonna work just fine and heat up and work really nicely. Now, one thing to keep in mind is that not every pan is clear, whether it's, aluminum or steel or, any other kind of material. So sometimes you might have an aluminum pan that has some kind of a ferrous metal base that allows it to work on an induction cooktop. And sometimes you might have something like a stainless steel pan like this. This will work properly, some of them won't. So basically, in general, if it's definitely an iron-containing material, like this cast iron, enamel cast iron, it's going to work great. If it's a pan that has some element of those ferrous metals on it, which many do, then it'll work great. But if it's a pure aluminum or copper or non-ferrous pan, it's not going to work at all. And the simplest thing before you purchase one is check with the manufacturer to see if it's certified for an induction cooktop, and they'll usually tell you whether or not it is. In general though, if you want to make sure it's going to work, look for things like this kind of more traditional iron, cast iron type of pan.